Mehul Choksi's second bail plea, it is scheduled to be heard in a Belgium court. A three-judge bench will review the arguments and India is likely to oppose the bail. They are also working closely with the Belgian side for Choksi's extradition in connection with the 13,000 crore rupees Punjab National Bank fraud case. And Nikunj Garg joins us to get us more on this. Nikunj sir, his bail plea was rejected 4 days ago. How confident should India be to get the fugitive back on Indian soil so that he can face justice?
Well, we should be fairly confident, Osama. We have a watertight case against this individual who is a fugitive economic offender declared under various Indian laws, particularly Fugitive Economic Offences Law, passed by the first Modi government. And other criminal offences also stand on firm ground. So we should be quite hopeful. The review of the rejection of the bail plea is a normal process, as it happens in India also. If you lose the right to bail from a trial court, you move to the higher court, which is a high court in our case, which is an appellate and constitutional court. In case of Belgium also, it's the same thing, that his bail plea has been rejected by the first appeals court, and he is now moving to the second appeals court, which is where a three-judge bench will hear his plea and also hear India's case, which India, of course, is all set to very stoutly oppose his bail plea because of his past conduct. Remember, Vijay Mallya was let out on bail by a UK court while we fought our extradition case successfully against him. But his past track record and Mehul Choksi's past track record are two completely different series of events and series of track records. Therefore, the government will obviously oppose it. He, with his battery of lawyers, will obviously want to get out on bail, and a Belgium court will decide on that. Whether or not he secures the bail, I am fairly confident, and government is fairly confident, that this individual would finally be extradited back to Indian shores to face the full might of Indian justice system. He is accused of multi-billion-dollar swindling scam from a public sector undertaking, which is people's money, and he must come back to face the justice. Osama?
Absolutely. And Nikunj sir, we have also heard from the Ministry of External Affairs spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal earlier as well that India is working closely with the Belgian side for his extradition so that he can face trial in India. Having said that, what could be the hindrance and the challenges that this particular extradition might present itself as far as for the Indian side? Because the legal team of Choksi, they might focus on his health issues, and we have seen those pictures as well, where he is carrying a stick for walking.
Well, absolutely. I mean, he will try, as he is a fugitive economic offender, he will try every trick in the book to evade this extradition. And it's not him who would be doing that. Right from the time, people have fled jurisdictions, they have always tried to ensure that they stick to those jurisdictions using every trick under the sun. Now, Government of India will obviously, as I said, oppose all of this. His health may be a concern, but that can be taken care of. I am not a doctor, or we are not a doctor that we can, pass any judgment on that, good, bad, ugly. However, the people who suffer from ailments in this country also do undergo judicial processes. And there are processes inside and outside the prisons both to take care of their medical requirements, and government will present its case with that point in mind. However, the fact of the matter remains, as I said, that there would be challenges. Extradition, remember, extraditions and deportations are always tricky, tedious, lengthy, painstaking, time-consuming processes. So you have to be prepared. It's a foreign jurisdiction, and the very, very meaning of a foreign jurisdiction is that your laws do not apply there. You will have to convince a foreign court of law that there is a fit enough case for an individual to be sent back to your country to stand trial. And that always is a time-consuming process, even if it's not a tricky one. But in this case, it's also going to be a tricky one because in continental Europe, prosecution is completely different from law enforcement. So when law enforcement is not married to the process of prosecution, then your challenges in terms of securing prosecution, remember, the defendant will try every trick under the sun. You will have to go through the prosecutrix, and that prosecutrix is of Belgium in this case. So it will remain a tricky process. It will remain a time-consuming process. However, as I said, that we should be hopeful that one day this individual would be deported, extradited back to India.
All right.